Well, welcome to the Universal Reading Method. You may have been looking for us. You may have put something into your computer or gone on the web and looked up reading or literacy or learn to read, and we found you. And so welcome. You've come to the right place. I'm Craig Collins, and I'm the CEO of Yes, You Can Read Now, Inc. We're a New Jersey corporation. And we teach people to read in 2.5 hours. Yes, we teach you to read in 2.5 hours if you've been dyslexic all your life or not able to read. We teach your children, if you have children who are having challenges with reading. We teach both boys and girls. Teach your husband, teach your friends in 2.5 hours. Now this is focused on women and girls. And I think that it's important to do so because women and girls are important in this world right now. We need you. We need your intuitive feelings and thoughts. We need your intuition. We need your power, incredible power that you have as a woman. And we don't need you to feel stupid and dumb or be put down in any way. So we can teach you to read English in 2.5 hours. You know, you might have wondered, are there other women out there in the world that are having challenges with reading? There's a lot of women out there that are having problems with reading. And I know a couple of them, and I'm going to share with you. One of them is an actress. You might have seen her on television and a talk show, and you've seen her in movies. Her name is Whoopi Goldberg, and she's come forward and announced that she had challenges with reading all her life, that she was dyslexic. She uses the word dyslexic. And then there's Cher. Cher, you know Cher, the singer and the woman who's an actress. She also was dyslexic. She felt stupid and dumb in school. She was really slow and behind. Got into music, and that was where she found herself. And now she's so confident she will announce to you that she had trouble with reading so that you realize you're not alone. When I was a young man, we used to watch the Loretta Young show. Yeah, the Loretta Young show. So if you're my age or a little bit older or younger, I want you to know that Loretta Young, she couldn't read. Yeah. She was dyslexic. She was embarrassed about it. She kept it a secret. Did everything she could to have you not know. But it was known, and now we're telling, and she's no longer living, that she was someone who was dyslexic. Maybe you've heard of Octavia Spencer. She was in the movie Help. She's a young girl. And she also wants people to know that not being able to read doesn't have to stop you from being active in your life and in your world. Goldie Hawn. I love Goldie Hawn, you know. And imagine Goldie Hawn, after all the movies I've seen her in, and all the presentations and all the speeches she's given, and she can't read. She can't read. She's dyslexic. And she's memorized a lot of words and memorized and worked very hard. But wouldn't it be nice if it wasn't hard for her? And now it can be. Peggy Stern, Carly Simon. Carly Simon is a singer, a songwriter, and she is dyslexic. Jewel, the singer. A lot of us know about Jewel. She's another woman who can't read. Joss Stone. There's even an Olympic athlete that won Olympic medals. Her name is Michelle Carter. Michelle Carter is dyslexic, but it didn't stop her from winning gold medals or medals in the Olympics. It actually pushed her forward to prove herself. And now she has no problem learning to read. Selma Hayek, another actress. We have the greatest respect for her. She's an amazing actress, but she's dyslexic. She has challenges with reading, like you might. You might have trouble with reading, or you might have children who have trouble with reading. Jennifer Aniston is another one. Jennifer Aniston, you remember her in all the TV shows and movies she's been in? You know how hard it was for her to be able to memorize all those lines and get everything correct and not be able to read the prompter? Jennifer Aniston is dyslexic. And there's another actress, her name is Sarah Entine. She might be someone you remember or are familiar with as well. These are women. These are powerful women who are not letting their reading challenges interrupt their life or focusing on achieving something, to go to the very top. I don't want your daughter, I don't want you to ever be interrupted from going to the top. I want you to succeed, and I can help you. The Universal Reading Method can teach you to read at home, on your own computer in 2.5 hours. I've successfully watched and observed over 1,000 people, many of them women and young girls, learn to read. One of my favorite people, a good friend of mine, is a woman named Ellen Farrell. And she's produced a video for you, and when you go on our website at www.universalreadingmethod.com, you'll see her statement, you'll see her testimony, you'll see her video about what it was like for her to go through life. And she was in her 50s, and she is unable to read until I taught her in her home in less than 2 hours. And Jim Rohn was sending her these monthly newsletters, and they were filled with all kinds of wonderful messages about how she could be more positive in her life, and she couldn't read them. So when I finished teaching her the reading method, she kicked me out. She told me I had to leave. And she immediately went into her room and sat on the floor and pulled out a whole year's worth of newsletters from Jim Rohn and read all of them. And around midnight, she called me and said, "Craig, I just read all these newsletters, and I could never read before. And thank you, thank you, thank you." There's many different people that I have taught to read. Robin Perna is a reading specialist, and she's taught a lot of people and worked with a lot of people who are reading challenged. And she brought me her own niece. And her own niece was getting ready to go into, I think, the 6th grade. And she was embarrassed, and she couldn't read. And so Robin brought her to me, and I sat with her, and I taught her to read. This is before we had the online Universal Reading Method, of which I'm going to share with you. You don't have to come see me. You can just go online and learn to read in 2.5 hours. You can even learn to read in 2.5 hours with a room full of people. A room full of people all challenged with reading, and together in unison you can transform from a challenged non-reader to an absolute confident and confident reader. Marissa is just the sweetest little girl. And she did a video for us, and she wrote out everything she wanted to say, and then she read it to us. So when you see her video, you can see her reading, because she's reading what she wrote about her reading method, and about her mom and her mom's school, and how she became a school council member, and how important it was for her life to be able to read and be able to participate in the community of her school, and to be a leader. You know, readers are leaders. And there's no reason that not every single person who's ever been challenged with reading couldn't learn to read and become a leader. Another person that I taught that I was really touched by is a woman named Lisa in Florida. And Lisa had a stroke. And she's a very bright woman, and it was in the middle of a social work, master's in social work program, and she lost her ability to read. She was stuttering, she was confused, she couldn't concentrate, she couldn't focus. She wasn't happy with her life at all. And so then she came on with Ree Anderson, who is her great friend in Florida, who knew about the reading method. And Ree turned on the video, and Lisa sat and watched it and participated, and in 2.5 hours she wasn't stuttering anymore. She wasn't challenged with reading anymore. And she wrote me, and it touched my heart. She said, "Thank you, Craig. You gave me back my life. Thank you, Craig. You gave me back my life." That was a big deal, to give someone back their life. I want to give you back your life if you happen to have trouble reading, or I want to give your daughters or sons their life. If you like to learn how to read in 2.5 hours, and the next day they go to school it will absolutely be a new world for them, the first day of the rest of their life. There was a daughter, I want to cover the different types of people because you may have some of these issues. Autism and Asperger Syndrome. I've taught multiple children with Asperger Syndrome. And one woman, I remember, 27 years old, was real challenged. She was reading about a 4th grade level, and she wanted to read much better. And she came to me, and I taught her the reading method using the video that you have access to in 2.5 hours. It was really a miracle. She went from a 4th grade reading level to a post-high school level. And another issue she had was that if she went outside and took a walk away from where she was living, she would get lost, and the police had to bring her home several times. So we were in San Diego, and she was visiting. She had not ever been at this place before. And I told her I'd walk with her. I didn't want her to get lost. And she said, no, I want to do this myself. And she walked outside, and she was gone for 15 minutes, and she really walked, and she took a walk. And she came back in 15 minutes, and she was so proud of herself. She didn't get lost. She remembered how to return to where she was, and she went on to learn the exceptional sounds, and then she proceeded to read 475 multi-syllable words from the GED. 475 multi-syllable words, college-level multi-syllable words. And when she began, she was reading at about a 4th grade reading level. And she's 27 years old, so she's talking about emancipating, moving out on her own, and she's been reading books and sharing the content of the books with her mom that she lives with now. In Scotland, I taught multiple young girls to read. Scotland's an interesting place because they put a lot of focus on dyslexia, but not a solution to dyslexia. I attempted to attend a dyslexic association and let people know that I had a reading method that could help transform them from dyslexia to non-dyslexia and be able to read. And they didn't want anything to do with it. No. But I did teach several. Parents brought me their children, and they transformed into readers. One girl was the president of her dyslexic club at school, and after I taught her to read, she goes, oh my gosh, I can't go to the club. We passed a rule that no one who couldn't read, anyone who could read, couldn't go to the club. And I'm the president of the club, and I can't go. So those are the kinds of results we want for you. Those are the kind of results we're having. I've taught over 1,000 people over the last 4 or 5 years, and each one has transformed into being a reader, a confident and competent reader, and on to being a leader in their school, among their friends, getting involved in science projects and doing all their programs, even their math problems, because they're reading math problems. It's quite exciting what we're doing, and I want to invite you to join us. I would like you to join the group of women that are going to change our world. I need you. I'm an older man, and I want these young people who are brilliant. Do you understand dyslexia is an interesting word? Bad. And then lexia, reader, bad reader, okay? But what if it's not this curse, this feel dumb forever feeling? Like when we teach someone to read, their self-confidence just goes to the moon. They feel so good about themselves. Not just because they can read, but because there's something happening in the brain that's transforming for them. We are in the middle of a study at a university in California where they are doing brain imaging on the brain and determining that we are activating several parts of the brain and kind of like connecting the dots. And so people that are learning to read are seeing more and understanding more. And by the way, being dyslexic is incredible because you have the ability to solve problems, you see the bigger picture. And when we teach the reading method, it just adds to your already brilliant mind. It's just the emotional feeling is you don't feel stupid and dumb anymore, so you'll say what you're thinking. And you who are mothers and fathers who are aware that your child is very bright, you've been around them for a long time, and you realize they know a lot, but at school they're being told there's something wrong with them. What if there's something very right about them? They just can't read. So thank you very much. I'm Craig Collins. I'm going to show you our website. This is www.universalreadingmethod.com. And if you look at the bottom, it says guaranteed. I believe in what we're doing so much that I'm going to guarantee you that it'll work. I'm going to give it to you for 30 days when you go online. You're welcome to share it with the whole family. I'm hoping everybody in the family will participate so they can help each other. And I am really excited to let you know that we can teach you, your child or yourself, to read English in 2.5 hours, and it will even help you with foreign languages. Again, here's our thing. I hope you can see the whole thing. www.universalreadingmethod.com, and remember, it's guaranteed. Thank you for your time, and I hope to be hearing from you soon. Bye-bye.